Wise ones say, hear the wisdom in the children. Wise ones say, if you learned, you did not fail. Wise ones say, true religion ain't no building. They say, don't take advice that you can't give. Don't preach a sermon you can't live. Don't make mistakes you can't forgive. Wise ones say, laughter heals your mind and body. Wise ones say, keep your secrets to yourself. Wise ones say, show respect to everybody. They say, reach a level that's above you. Prayer means I'm thinking of you. Make sure the God you pick really loves you. Wise ones say, the revolution starts inside you. Wise ones say, glass ceilings become glass floors. Wise ones say, keep your lessons right beside you. They say, if you can't destroy, then breach. You must learn before you start to teach. Love before you start to preach. Your ascension begins within your speech. Know that greatness is within your reach. Wise ones say.
Wisdom comes in the form of whispers and prayers of ancestors from West Africa to the low country region of South Carolina, home of the Gullah and Geechee people. Wisdom comes in the Gullah proverbs my parents used to hold me accountable. Hard head maketh soft behind. Manners will get you where money can't. If Kuda had wings, Kuda could fly. Wisdom comes in the Gullah tales of Bear the trickster rabbit and Kuda the flying turtle. Wisdom coming out the mouths and utterances of Black women under the dryer, flat iron to head, perm rods in hair, as I sit for hours waiting to meet my fate with the hot comb at the salon on a Saturday morning. I played dumb and stayed quiet, but best believe I was soaking up game. Wisdom coming from the pulpit, feet stomping on ground, clapping of hands and shaking of tambourines, as church mothers sing spirituals in every range and tonation. However, I've learned the most wisdom comes from the pews, from Black women who've been through some things, who have lived, loved, lost, birthed, and triumphed. Wisdom comes from a stubborn personality that sometimes learns the hard way. Wisdom from a free spirit, wisdom from happiness, wisdom from pain and loss, wisdom from life. Wisdom rains down in many pathways from God. Nyame, Allah, Olodumare, Oya, Eshu, Yeshua, the Holy Spirit, the I am who I am. Give thanks and praise to the Most High. Ashe. We want to welcome you here today for the Black Women's Caucus Chapel. Today you will witness a performance liturgy about how wisdom shows up in the lives of Black women. As you join us today, I want you to listen, to watch, to participate in worship. But most importantly, I want you to reflect. How does God send their wisdom to you? How does God speak to you here at Union as we go about getting our education? And right now, we have Bridget and Akila are going to walk you through a worship gesture. They're going to show you, then they're going to invite you to join them. Thanks.
On this noonday chapel, we come gathered here to participate in a feeling of wisdom, in understanding that wisdom is all around us, that wisdom feeds us. We are a community. We come together to be fed. And it is wonderful that here we will share our internal prayers and our external gestures, knowing that the Spirit is with us, knowing that we walk with our ancestors. We will always be filled and know that whatever trial we have, we are never alone. And so today, let us sit back and reflect. Let us open our hearts and share together and clasp each other's hands, knowing we are never alone. Our ancestors and wisdom will fill us.
Wisdom, 6:12 through 16. Wisdom is radiant and unfading, and she is easily discerned by those who love her, and is found by those who seek her. She hastens to make herself known to those who desire her. One who rises early to seek her will have no difficulty, for she will be found sitting at the gate. To fix one's thought on her is perfect understanding, and one who is vigilant on her account will soon be free from care, because she goes about seeking those worthy of her, and she graciously appears to them in their paths and meets them in every thought.
When I was a little girl, my mama used to sit me in front of the bathroom mirror, just like you, doing my hair. And she would tell me to tell myself that I was special and I was beautiful. And I didn't quite understand why she was telling me to tell myself these things when she was perfectly capable of telling me those things herself. But I think my mother knew that I would get older and go into the world, and people would have a lot to say about me to me, so that it was important that I affirmed myself on a regular basis. So today I am special and I am beautiful. I am radiant and unfading. I am radiant and unfading, and I am easily discerned by those who love me, and one who is vigilant on my account will soon be free from care, because I go about seeking those who are worthy of me. I go about seeking those who are worthy of me. Are they worthy of me? When reading this text through the lens of my life experience as a Black woman, I immediately sought comfort in wisdom, in myself, in identifying myself as her, as she. Yes, we are all wisdom, but the Black woman's wisdom, however, runs deep, deeply buried in the bloody soil of this nation, from pushing white babies through Central Park in expensive strollers to writing dissertations that the Academy don't want to publish, from knowing just how much baking powder goes in the cake mix without measuring, to braiding your daughter's hair with your eyes closed. This wisdom, this Black woman's wisdom runs deep. It is ingrained in the fabric of this nation. She is radiant and she is unfading, the text says. Another translation says she is brilliant. I am brilliant and unfading. And yet her radiance is exploited. She is often complimented but not comforted. They desire to dig into her well of resources, to dig in wisdom's gold mine. They desire to own her as if she could be bought or sold. They dig and they dig and they dig in the black woman's resources. They dig and they dig and they dig in the black woman's wisdom. But are they worthy of her? Are they worthy of you? Do they love you, or do they just love what you can do for them? Are they worthy? Because wisdom goes about seeking those who are worthy of her. The conversation today, my friends, is not about the pedestal portrayal of wisdom. People are quick to put you on display for their benefit. The text is not a review of wisdom in all of her radiance and brilliance and glory and her inability to fade. The question today is, after all of that digging and praising and digging and worshiping and mining and digging, are they worthy of her? Are they worthy of the diamonds of knowledge you drop in class? Are they worthy of your intellectualism, of the brilliant thoughts they ask you to expound upon? Are they worthy of your knowledge of hip-hop, Vicky? Are they worthy of your radiant brilliance that turns everything you touch to gold? Are they worthy? Or are they possessive? Or are they entitled? You see, that's why some people ask us to unpack our blackness as if they can't go to the library. That's why they be sliding in your DMs asking for your sermon. That's why they reference your profound statuses in papers without citation. That's why Melania Trump can plagiarize a speech and deliver it as her own, because we are radiant and we are unfading and we are a gold mine and we are brilliant, but are they worthy of us? The question of worthiness is befitting to this text. The placement of this wisdom of Solomon is peculiar in the Apocrypha, which means hidden or secret. It's almost as if it's not worthy of proper recognition. Some of the texts were hidden because their authority was questioned. We didn't know the author or the date, which is like most of the Bible, but whatever. Others, however, were hidden, were kept secret because they were believed to be too esoteric. They were believed to be too profound, too divine to just be disclosed to just any and everybody. And I find it interesting today that this wisdom text, this text that is supposed to illuminate and deepen our relationship with the divine, this wisdom text, like the black woman, is relegated to the corner of what is deemed sacred or left out altogether. We are to read it and reflect on it, perhaps, but it is not to outshine what is considered dominant. We are to pull from it, but we can't acknowledge its resources. This Apocrypha, like the black woman, was too profound and too divine, too rich with knowledge, a gold mine of wisdom, a lighthouse on a hill. This wisdom text, like the black woman, pushed into the Deuterocanon, was too profound, too divine. We are too profound and too divine, so we are set aside in the back houses, in the corner of the cotton fields, forced to worship in the clearing, calling tiny attic spaces in the big house home, playing mistress at night and maid in the morning. Too profound, they said. Set aside for private consumption, followed by public castration, used and abused in the kitchens and nurseries of society, but denounced in the streets and ignored in the hallways. Too divine and too profound, they said. Complimented in class, but not cared for in times of crisis, taken advantage of for fundraising brochures, yet disregarded in meetings about a tower. Too divine and too profound. We live the Deuterocanon daily in the halls of union, in our corporate America cubicles, in patriarchal church environments that would rather keep us teaching Disney-fied Bible stories in Sunday school than burning up the pulpit with our brilliance. And yet, here we are. Our melanin, our black girl magic literally makes it impossible to fade in the abyss of whiteness. This irony of my darkness being a lighthouse, how radiant and how brilliant that is. We are still here, and our radiance shall be known to the world. My friends, people of the marginalized and the oppressed, people who are weary and are worn but are still here. This hidden text offers us more than wisdom today. It offers us redemption, a chance to become one with what was hidden and what was secret and take that radiance and that brilliance into the world. It offers us redemption. This text, found by those who are worthy of it, proves that we don't have to stay a secret, hidden in the dusty corner of Burke Library, hidden in the pews of our sanctuaries. If we are who we say we are, we have to start stepping out of the hidden and the secret and declare today that we will not be relegated to the apocrypha of this institution. We will not be the illegitimate child of this backwards nation. We will not be just another black woman whose story lies dormant in the Deuterocanon of textbooks. We will not fall victim to sexism and misogynoir. We will not sink under the pressures of homophobia and transphobia and classism and bigotry, because we are radiant and we are unfading. Say it with me: I am radiant and unfading. Say it like you mean it. I am radiant and unfading. I am brilliant and I am glorious. And only those who seek me, who truly love me and care for me, are worthy of me and shall find me. And this message is not just for the black women and girls in this room. Perhaps we should all reconsider who and what we expend our wisdom on, who and what we expend our energy on, who and what we share our radiance and our brilliance with. Because there's a world outside of these walls that need us, that need our wisdom and our passion for justice more than the halls of Union. There's a classroom of homeless folk right outside these doors that deserve the radiance and the brilliance we waste on people who could just check out a book. I charge you today to reconsider the worth of your wisdom. I charge you to step out of your hiding places. I charge you to seek those who are worthy of you, because you are radiant and unfading. Ashe.
Aunque el mundo no te reconozca, fascinado sin querer mirarte, yo le pido a mi abuela, ella le pide a Dios, pies que caminen la profundidad de silencio, manos cuya obra es paz, oídos que escuchen los chismes de los aves, que cuenten que el sol se levanta y recuesta a su tiempo, ojos testigos que de instante a instante el río no es el mismo. Como dice mami, cada cabeza es un mundo. Oler los murmuros de libertad que sopla el viento, lengua espesa, lengua que construya compasión, amor lengua, sabiduría despierta.
If you learned you did not fail, wise ones say, true religion ain't no building. They say, don't take advice that you can't give. Don't preach a sermon you can't live. Don't make mistakes you can't forgive. Wise ones say, they say, if you can't destroy, then breach. Learn before you start to teach. Love before you start to preach. Your ascension begins with your speech. Know that greatness is within your reach. Wise ones say, wise ones say, mind your manners, the wise ones say. Get on board, wise ones say. Salvation ain't for sale, wise ones say. Oh, to be wise, wise ones say. Keep you learning, wise ones say. Wise ones say. Yeah.